Ooh, it's another spooky Halloween session of my Lego and Connect with Dominica May, building the next part 3, which is actually bags 8 through, we'll see how much I get through, of the Lego Haunted House set. And today I am joined with my guest, Jeremiah. Just switch his camera on. He's going to be on the side, and here's the Lego view. Welcome, Jeremiah.
Thank you.
Thanks for being my guest today.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm looking forward to working on my own thing.
You got some art that you're working on, right?
Yep. Just trying to relearn how to draw.
Well, if you decide that there's anything that you would like to share on camera at any point, let me know. I can put you on the bigger screen. But if not, that's fine too.
Yeah, it's all a big mess right now in my sketchbook. So I got like one really good sketch on my first day, and then since then it's just been trash.
That's what being creative is like. Not everything is perfect at all. I've messed up building Lego even with instructions because I don't always follow the instructions or I miss a piece.
Sometimes they're a little confusing too.
Sometimes. Sometimes I just don't follow them properly. I don't pick out all the pieces that I'm supposed to be using. So what have you been up to this weekend?
Just a lot of nothing. I went to the park. I went out on a walk to get. Jesus, what was I doing? Oh, I was going to get a sandwich and go to the park on Saturday because there's this cafe that does really good sandwiches and it's kind of close to the park. But as I was walking, I was daydreaming about the book that I'm working on, and I forgot I didn't take my turn.
Oh
So
no.
I ended up going all the way to the park, and then I had to backtrack. Except some of our roads don't make sense, so I ended up getting really lost. Um,
Did
and
you
then
have to get out your like Google Maps GPS kind of stuff?
no, I just picked a direction and walked straight until I found a street that I recognized.
Wow. I can't say that I've done that for a while. But that's me not getting out of the house.
Yeah.
Like at all.
What else have I done? I talked to my parents yesterday, and they were good to talk to. I've been texting with Nicole a lot. Um, I think we're actually talking more now than we did when she was here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and part of the reason for that is because she was working all the time, and she
Wait, is
came.
she not working now? She's just doing
She
some stuff before she's studying?
she's in Romania,
Right,
uh,
but
looking for an apartment, and then she's going to do research.
right.
So she'll just mostly be in libraries and stuff.
Fair enough. So not actual like day-to-day job type stuff.
Right. Right. Yeah, she used to have a job. Like the last time she was in Romania, she had a job um, teaching,
Mm.
and she was trying to teach the kids about the United States. That was pretty much her job, was to teach the kids English and teach them about the United States. And so for Martin Luther King Day one year when she was teaching them, she comes into school to find out that they had made a poster, and they copied the poster and they distributed the poster and they hung out the poster all over the place. And it was a poster of a black man holding hands with a KKK member in uniform
So
because
wrong.
they didn't understand.
I remember you telling me this story before. I'm just like appalled. Yep. Oh, I'm doing this in the order that it's not telling me to do it in. I did it backwards. It's okay.
Uh,
I don't think it matters what order I'm actually doing it. My hands are fucking up the windows.
oh, you got fingerprints all over it?
Just like I guess because I just had got out of the shower not that long ago, my fingers are like still steamy or something from the shower. So like just up here is like got all fogged up. That's funny. Ooh, I hear a street sweeper. I guess they work even if it's a public holiday.
Yeah. I think a lot of those people are privately contracted, so they don't have like federal
Mm.
protection.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
At least the people in New Jersey were.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to how all of that stuff works.
Well, I still remember when I found out that people pay for trash removal. It really shocked me because it seems like one of those basic human rights is to have your trash taken away, but
Yeah,
you have to pay for it.
yeah. Well, so what was it that made like what was the moment that you figured it out when you actually had to pay for it yourself?
No, I've never paid for it myself because I've always had landlords or Kate pay.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
it was in our condo fees,
Mm.
and it was in our rent. It was added to our rent at the apartment before that. So yeah, we did pay extra for trash removal, and we couldn't say, "Oh, we don't want to do the trash removal."
No, I don't remember what it was like when I was in Australia, but yeah, I've been paying for trash removal. It's like every 3 months they bill me for it, so because I don't rent,
Yeah,
so I have to pay for it directly.
yeah, it's kind of sad to think. Did I ever tell you what my financial crisis was? Because I know that I told you I had one, but I don't know if I told you what it was.
Recently or a while ago?
Yeah, recently, as in I found out about it in at the end of July.
I think so, but feel free to talk about it now.
Well, I received a bill from the government for $50,000.
50,000.
Yeah,
Holy crap. No, you didn't tell me that.
it was because I did not qualify for disability, and I received it for 3 years.
Mm,
And I didn't financially qualify for disability. Mentally, like I do qualify for it. There,
yeah. No, I understand how the disability is.
um,
So you
so
should have reported your circumstances changing and
right. Well, here's the deal: is I should have been sending them pay stubs, but the reason I didn't was because Kate never told me that I needed to send them pay stubs when she divorced me.
mm,
So so I'm appealing. I sent an appeal. They're billing me 150 a month, which seems low, but I'll take it. They're not going to charge me interest. So yeah, so the reason I'm starting to tell people what it is because I'm finally finding out what the deal is. Because
right.
thought that they were going to take all my money. I really did. I thought they were going to go into my bank accounts and just take my money because they asked for my bank account information. But now that I know they're not going to, I feel
That's
pretty.
still terrifying though, because
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
yeah. And I have about $30,000 in my checking and savings accounts.
Maybe
So
that's not something you should be sharing on a live stream.
my bank account number is.
No, don't. Please. Don't even joke about that. Um, would it make more sense to pay them back more sooner or just not
I'm
worry about
paying.
it?
I'm paying him $300 for now. Um, Without the disability, I actually really have to like tighten my belt
Mm,
anyway because I have a lot of bills from other things. So no more buying toys for me. Got to be careful with the comic books. No more getting takeout food, things like that.
eating from home a lot.
Yeah, which will be good for my health.
Mm, it's just, frustrating to have to, after being in a situation where you couldn't, um, oops, couldn't do much for a while, and then having your financial circumstances improve, and then now you have to go back again. It's
Yeah, but I mean, I'm doing so much better now than I have been in the past.
hmm
20 years ago, I 20 years ago I was drowning in credit card debt. I had thousands and thousands of dollars of credit card debt. Um, and I don't now. I pay my credit cards off every month without fail. So at least I have that.
yeah.
I don't have student loans. Um, I'm doing pretty well considering. I just can't use DoorDash anymore because DoorDash is a big ripoff.
It is. I have the DoorDash pass for free through my credit card, and I still have only used it like maybe 4 or 5 times since I got it. I got the DoorDash pass, which was like probably like 6 months ago. And the only reason I got DoorDash in the first place was because my workplace sent me a um like a gift card for DoorDash, and I was like, oh well, I guess I better sign up so I can use it. I was using Grubhub before that.
Yeah, Grubhub, same thing. It's also a pretty big ripoff.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I feel like the surcharges and prices and everything has increased dramatically since the pandemic began.
Oh yeah, no, I've definitely noticed because my food just costs a lot more, and it costs a lot as it is.
Yeah.
I just and every time I do it, I look at the breakdown of the price, and I'm just like, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah. One time it didn't like DoorDash didn't show me what the total price was going to be. Like it didn't give me a screen that said, "This is the price. Do you want to confirm?" Um, and so I was expecting that screen, and then it billed me, and I was like, "What? This is way more than I was expecting it to be." So
Yeah,
after that, like it had been months before I used it again because I'm like, "Why are you doing this?" I was scared that it was gonna happen again. So, but then the next time, I don't know, maybe it was just where I ordered from. Maybe it was because it was so far away from where I live that they surcharged me extra or something.
I'm not sure. I get my order delivered to the wrong address all the time
Mm,
because the way the DC streets are laid out um, means that sometimes you can't tell which street you're driving on. And
wow.
it's really egregious in the intersection by my apartment. So I've been in lifts before, and the driver will be just like, I don't know which way to go. I'll be like, it's okay, we'll get through this.
Do you have a lot of like one-way streets and stuff as well?
Oh yeah.
Get really, really confusing because downtown Oakland is like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I never know which one's going to be a one-way street because it just Suddenly one way, suddenly two way, suddenly one way.
Yep. I've had problems like that in pretty much every city that I have lived in.
Yeah.
I was back in Perth. Pretty sure I encountered some of those situations in Malaysia as well. So streets are not always the most uh, sense making.
And in Doha, streets would often change names.
In the middle,
So, yeah, you'd be going down the street and then suddenly it's a different name. It's a different street.
I think we have some streets like that around here.
Uh,
It's not that uncommon.
it's really irritating. Like when you're trying to find something and you don't know because you don't even know what street you're on.
We have there's a bridge that goes from I don't know, I think it's like 23rd Ave um to something out like the number I think there's like 11th and 12th, like East 11th and East 12th like go into each other as well at
Uh-huh.
one point. So like when it's numbers and it does that, it's like why are you doing this to me? The number's supposed to stay the same.
In New York City, when Teddy Roosevelt was mayor, he demolished about half the city and replaced it with a grid system.
Mhm.
Sucked for all the people living there, but it worked out for New York. However, below 14th Street, the village is just stayed the way it is. So lots of winding roads, lots of weird things. And at one point, 10th Street intersects with 10th Street, like the same street.
So it goes like around in a loop.
No, it's two different streets named 10th Street.
Oh, see, we've got like a lot of Oakland has like avenues that are numbered and then the streets that are numbered as well. So, um, you go, especially in East Oakland, it gets confusing because you've got, 26th Avenue and, um, you know, East 12th Street. And it's, it's like, "Well, which part? I've had uh, people miss um, people misunderstand the actual numbering system and seeing that there is like the directions on the address as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm almost finished this section already. This is a small section.
Wow, that's a fast one.
Well, some bags have got less pieces than others.
Yeah.
But I've got like a row of 3 other bags, so we'll see how many I'll get through.
So I've got 4 Lego kits. One of them is kind of lame, so I'm just gonna forget about it. But I have 3 really cool ones. And I realized today, as I was looking and doing a little bit of rearranging in my room, that the van that I have that's finished, I brought that down with me when I moved into this apartment a year and 3 months ago.
Mhm.
So I haven't touched Lego since then.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
while.
So I need to sit down and like just swap it out, like make a new vehicle.
Well, at least, you haven't been buying lots of sets and not building them.
Oh yeah. Oh no,
'Cause
what you have going on
that's
is
what I
something
do.
entirely.
I'll I'll eventually build all the sets that I've been getting. I built a bunch, like, not streaming earlier this year just because I'm like, "Well, I should probably do something with these sets." I prefer to stream when I have a guest, but,
Yeah.
you know, I have been told by one friend that he's happy to watch them even when I don't have a guest. So I guess it can be enjoyable for some people, even if I'm not streaming with a guest.
At least you're not doing unboxing videos.
I've thought about it though.
No, those are the worst.
I've thought about doing unboxing videos. I'm like, people watch them. Why not?
Oh God.
But no, I've not. I've not gone to that extent yet. I did actually record myself unboxing something, and then I realized that my address was on the on the
Oh
box
yeah.
in the view, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not, I'm not sharing that." Dox myself.
Way to go.
Oh, where do these pieces go? Where did I go? Oh, on the on the other side. All right. I'm gonna close the building. I'm expecting a furniture delivery later today, but I fortunately got a text from IKEA last night, and they said it was going to be delivered sometime between 12 and 4, I think. So I'm like, oh, great. That's not going to interrupt my stream then. But I needed to get some more furniture so I have room to display more of my sets.
I know. Yeah, I bought my last before I realized that I was getting this cut off from Social Security. Um, I bought my last statue, my last anime statue. And I don't know anything about anime. I don't watch anime. I don't really do anything. I don't get anime. I've tried and I just don't get it. But I think that some of these statues are great. And so I just picked them up. And I've been waiting on this one since June. And they haven't brought it, and it hasn't come out yet. They're like, oh, it's expected to be done in September. And now it's expected to be done in October.
So is it like pre-ordered situation?
Pre-order situation, yeah.
That happened with my Katara statue from Avatar. I pre-ordered that on GameStop, and it like they just kept delaying the release of it. So I waited many more months than I thought I was going to have to wait for it. I think it was originally supposed to come out like in October last year, and then it didn't arrive until I think sometime this year.
Jeez.
So like every time they delayed it, like they would bill my credit card and then they'd reverse the charge because they had to not because they weren't sending it out, so they reversed the charge. It was like just a hold that they were putting on it. I just thought it was funny. But hey, at least I didn't end up actually getting billed for it until I was about to receive it.
Yeah, no, that would be. I don't know if I've been billed for this one yet. I think no, I don't think I have been. I think that they're waiting on it to come in. But yeah, I had to rearrange my room to make room for the statue because I got all my Doctor Who action figures. I've got a Lady Loki action figure, which I think is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I had the one that I bought in Alameda. So, I have lots of stuff to display. and this is the reason why the woman who I went on a date with who came into my room did not call me back.
saw a trailer for a film that's coming out with Jim Parsons next year, and uh, it had a clip of him introducing his boyfriend to his bedroom, and it had like this whole Smurfs get
Oh,
up.
man.
And I was like, oh, relatable.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's right.
I have Smurfs, not as many as what was in there, but I do have a whole like segment of one of my shelves is Smurfs. And then I'm pretty sure that that's definitely going to be an off-putting kind of thing for anyone who does eventually date me.
Yeah.
But that's why even though I don't actually reply or match with anyone on dating apps, but my profile does show off my geeky side, my nerdy side with my Legos and my comic books and stuff, because I don't want anyone to be like surprised by it, put off by it. If you know in advance and it's not your kind of thing, just don't match with me. That's
I
how
had
I
Nicole say something awful to me, which she does sometimes because she doesn't have much of a filter. But I was just talking about why I was just told her that I gave up on the dating thing. I just said it wasn't working out. I wasn't meeting anybody. Nobody seemed to be particularly interested in me either. And then she says, "Do you think it's because you are fat?"
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's
She's like, "Because your profile picture doesn't look like you're fat, and then you show up and then you're fat." And it's like, "Thanks, Nicole. Thank you so much."
wow. That could technically be me. I've gained more weight than what I have in my profile pictures, but I haven't. Don't actually meet up with anyone in person, so I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong at this point. I really just need to deactivate my accounts, to be honest, because I don't pay attention to what's going on in there anyway. Yeah, I've definitely learned not to comment on people's weight. So
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
something I like people commenting on with me. So why would I do it to other people?
yeah. I was really shocked by that, but she has a tendency to see just. I think she's one of those people who sees being overweight as a moral failing.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, so I'm sure that she just kind of sees it, and she's just like, well, he's my friend, he's my brother, but he's screwing up.
Oh, that's a shame. I don't know what else to say about that. I have friends of all different sizes, and I do not. Ooh, I've got the wrong size piece that I've been using.
Whoa,
It's
you have
okay.
to disassemble a lot now.
No, no, it's fine. It was just like the flat piece that I was using on top of this because I needed to have room for more windows in here. So it's fine. It's not a big deal. I just didn't count how many dots were on the base of this piece. So we're okay. This is easy fix. It's not like having to undo a huge chunk of things that I'd already done
Oh yeah.
to put it back together, because I did have to do that on my last stream.
Ooh.
It was not fun. But I was able to put it back together without going back through the instructions. Did all right. I didn't realize that until I started building that this set is from their from Lego's fairground collection. So they have
Fairground collection?
yeah, so I guess like the sets that they have for building like a fair
Oh,
with rides and stuff.
okay, I can see that.
I think it's I think it might be my first fairground set that I've actually built because I do I do have other rides that I've bought, but I haven't built them yet. And this has got you can make it's got a working elevator, but you can buy some add-on pieces to make it motorized, so you don't actually have to move it with your hands.
Ah,
And uh, I finally went and actually ordered the pieces that I need to do that yesterday because Lego has their double VIP points at the moment, and and then also I but I had it in my cart waiting because I knew that the double VIP points were coming, and then when I logged in or refreshed my cart last night, I saw that Rakuten, which is a rewards cashback kind of system. I don't know if you're familiar with it,
no.
but I use them, and it. I have the browser extension, and it flashed up. It's like 15% cashback right now. I was like, great! I will love that 15% cashback. um, because I think the most that I've gotten with Lego before that was 10% cashback. So 15% was like, that's awesome. So anything that I can get to save money or get more money back to spend more, I appreciate and use. And then I'm also ordered enough that I'm getting a second bonus Lego set.
What's that one gonna be?
Uh, it's a Lego Ideas set called Ray the Castaway. It's just like a little guy on a deserted island. It's cute. But I might keep one unopened and wait until the value goes up and then I can sell it. Because those sets can go for a lot more than what the value actually is. So we'll see. But the motorized parts that I ordered, I can also use with my roller coaster set, so I can use them interchangeably. I
Oh,
wouldn't,
cool. That's
I
pretty
would,
cool.
I wouldn't be able to do them both at exactly the same time because I would need two lots of it to do that. But I figured if I've got two things that I can use it for, then it's a little bit worth a little bit more to be able to have it. Just want to make sure I get all the pieces that I need. What art are you actually working on? Like, what kind of artwork? What are you drawing?
Well, I suppose I can tell you. I'm trying to get back to the way I used to be, like drawing decent pictures, being able to draw them from my head as opposed to having to use a reference because I have to use a reference for everything now.
Mm,
Um, but my end goal is I want to do another comic book, another 222-page comic book.
nice.
So that's part of, and that's my goal. I just decided to give myself a goal as opposed to just do it. So yeah, I would like to write a comic book, and as I get better at it, I will write a script. I was probably going to adapt something else that I wrote,
Hmm.
and then see where it goes from there.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I told you when the call started that I was not really producing my best work.
Yes.
So, but sometimes it's weird because sometimes I really struggle with it. Just like really force it, do a lot of erasing, try to make it work, just do all of this stuff. And then other days I sit down and I just crank one out without even thinking about it.
Yep.
It just amazes me how I can do that.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done any kind of drawing stuff. Um, I like to have something in mind if I'm going to draw something.
Yeah, no, I need something. That's part of the reason I'm using references is so I just have inspiration about what to draw.
Yeah. I used references a lot when I was a kid. I used to um in particular draw a lot of Disney characters and things like that. And I'd just look at the pictures and draw based on what I saw. Sometimes I'd make them like bigger than what the reference image was so you could tell that I didn't just trace it.
Yeah, I wish I could do this in high school. I think if I had done this in high school, I would have enough practice to where by the time I was in my 20s, I could have done it professionally. But because I learned it when I was in my 20s and I didn't have any sort of formal training, I just never did it, never figured it out.
Hmm.
Again. And then I just lost interest in it.
Well, I never had any formal training in it, and I just did it in my childhood, and I also lost interest in it. So
Yeah.
it doesn't guarantee starting in childhood that it's going to stay. I draw when I feel like, which isn't very often. I did some drawings in the beginning of the pandemic when I was um, trying to make money and I wanted to sell some designs.
Or
Uh,
yes, animals.
yes, my yes animals, my improv animals.
So can you see this?
Hang on, let's flip over. Then we can put it bigger. That's great.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I just sat down and I drew that. But this is what I did yesterday, and it took me hours, and it's still not that great.
Mm.
So it's just weird. I don't know, like it's weird.
Sorry, I'm trying to flip the screen back. There we go.
Hmm.
Yeah, sometimes you need a big eraser.
Yeah.
feel like I'm hearing stuff from outside, and I'm like, is that my IKEA delivery already? Even though it's 10:41.
I order my groceries from Safeway, and one day I ordered my groceries to be delivered at 5 o'clock when I'd be home from work. And I started getting texts from Safeway at about 1 o'clock that says, "We're shopping your order." And I'm like, wait a minute, it's not 5 yet. And then they said, "We have your order and we put it all together to prepare for delivery." And I
Oh
was
no.
like, well, oh shit. So I told my boss I needed to go home, and she scolded me for arranging it to come at 1 o'clock, even though I didn't. Um, so I ran home and I found out that no, they store it in a refrigerator.
Wow.
So
But what if
they
you had like non-refrigerated things?
well, their non-refrigerated things get stored in the refrigerator too.
Wow.
Um, yeah. So yeah, they delivered it at 5, like they said.
That's frustrating though, because
Yeah.
that would freak me out for sure. I would assume that that meant that they were getting ready to deliver it.
So now I know.
So you don't do that again. Yeah, I got tired of, well, I think when I went on food stamps early-ish on in the pandemic is when I stopped doing the food deliveries because they didn't accept food stamps at the
Okay.
time. I think they do now, but at the time they weren't. Oh my goodness. Here's a big thing I have to build.
Be interested in seeing this like active, like working.
Oh yeah, I'm planning on showing it up when it's finished. I'm sure I'll do a video. Just share it on Instagram. Here's what it looks like when it's functional.
Man, I am so sick of Instagram trying to be TikTok.
Me too.
I just wish they would go back to posting pictures.
Like if I wanted a TikTok, I would get TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm not on TikTok for a reason. I just can't be bothered with that kind of style of. I feel so old. Right, just I'm not up to today's hip standards. I'm quite happy to just be using the social media of the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Middle-aged people that kids make fun of.
Yeah, I know. I had to accept the fact that that was my lot in life. Was I mean, I hardly ever use Facebook anymore anyway, but I do. I use it enough. Whoops. Don't. Oh wait, hi.
Is that a cat?
Yeah, Nicole's cat figured out that she's gone, and then she's not coming back. So he's
Oh
being
no.
an asshole. Which I knew was coming. I knew this was going to happen. When I
Yeah.
agreed to take care of him, she wanted to bring him to Romania with her, and I was just like, "It's 9 months, dude. You can live without your cat for 9 months."
I wonder how expensive that would be to transport and having to. Are there quarantine kind of procedures and stuff?
Don't know. I'm sure there are. I know that when we shipped Henry here from Doha, it cost us $2,000 for the
Jeez.
boarding, the flying, the paperwork, everything. So I don't know what it would cost to get to Romania, but I'm guessing a lot.
Yeah. That sounds like more expensive than travel for a person.
So there's a lot more questions to answer.
Hmm. Why are you bringing an animal all this way?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing with Arabic people in general is that they don't do pets, so they don't really understand like anything. They don't know why we are so nice to our pets.
Okay.
Um, they except for the falcons, like they treat their falcons the way that rich widows treat their dogs.
Okay. As in pampering?
Oh yeah, pampering, baby talk, everything.
I'm making a little face statue.
Oh, nice. Looks like a house elf.
Oh, I think it looks kind of like an Egyptian mummy,
Mm,
a pharaoh.
it.
Yeah,
Did you see Werewolf by Night?
I did.
That was it. Was a hoot, wasn't it?
I liked it. I was not sure if it was one that I wanted to watch.
Yeah.
But I hadn't I'd seen a trailer for it and that was it. I hadn't heard anything else about it. Oh, it is the face of the Sphinx. That's what it is. The very first Egyptian item that the Baron stole. The entire manor was built around it. So that's what that is. Um, yeah, but then I didn't know who any of the characters were or anything because I haven't really. I mean, I get. I've seen probably most of them in at least one comic before, but they're not the ones that I follow. And so I had no idea that Elsa Bloodstone was in it in advance. And so once they mentioned the Bloodstone family, I was like, "Oh, is Elsa in this?" But
Yeah, I heard
I am
Bloodstone. Also,
only familiar with her because Kelly Thompson wrote her into her Deadpool run.
oh man, I'm sure that was amazing because I love Elsa. She's great.
But yeah, I liked her in Kelly Thompson's Deadpool run, and so as soon as the Bloodstones were mentioned, I was like, "Oh, I really hope Elsa's in this."
Yeah. Well, interesting thing about Elsa Bloodstone is when she was originally introduced, I think in the 90s, um, she was like a teenage girl who found out she had a legacy.
Mm.
She was just like a clueless teenage girl fighting evil with the power of the Bloodstone that she inherited from her father, who she never knew. Um, but when Warren Ellis wrote Elsa Bloodstone in Next Wave, he turned her into the character that everybody knows now.
Ah.
Made her like raised from birth to kill monsters, that
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing, and completely just a total bitch.
Fair enough. I thought Kelly Thompson's run of Deadpool with her was great. I loved seeing the way that they had them interact.
No, I imagine that would be hilarious. And Kelly Thompson's a good writer, so I'm sure that it was really good.
I pick up most of the things that she writes. I have not read her Captain Marvel, but most of the things that she's written I will pick up.
I have her Captain Marvel.
I think it mostly is because Captain Marvel is one that I've been avoiding picking up. there's a bunch of like I really don't want to like start something new, and then I have to like read everything to know everything that's going on.
Yeah.
um, so it's kind of like that's how I've been with that one. But I just picked up the latest She-Hulk book, which was written by Rainbow Rowell because I like Rainbow Rowell stuff. Um, Rainbow did a great run on the Runaways series, which was started by Brian K. Vaughan.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna walk on my notebook. Let me close it. Oh. And he is also used to being pampered by Nicole, so even though he's my cat, she pretty much stole him from me. And now that she's gone, he's just like, well, I guess I'll just bug you all the fucking time.
Pamper me too, please. Right?
Yep. So yeah, I wrote this novel. I just reread it actually because I do enjoy rereading my novels. Um, I wrote this book. I'm not happy with the title of it. It's basically about kind of a Supergirl analog, like this woman who's just like Supergirl, and she's got a brother who's like Superman, and that's it. There's no superhero fights. There's nothing. It's just the Supergirl meets a guy and tells him her secret identity, and they become friends, and then they start dating. And that's what the whole book's about, and I love it, and I'm proud of it, and it's never going to sell because people who like superheroes are going to be upset about the lack of violence, and people who don't like superheroes are not going to look at it. People who like relationship, stop walking on my computer. So yeah,
And
but
sounds like one of the kinds of things that I would read, though. I
no,
mean, I started writing a superhero romance story,
I remember.
which I need to
I
get
was
back
really
to.
enjoying it, but
Look,
yeah,
eventually I will get back to it, all right? Once I finish, maybe when I finish the collection of shorter pieces that I am getting back to that I started working on at the beginning of the pandemic. But I work on things out of order all the time, so who knows? But I like the idea of romance with superheroes.
yeah.
I am all for it.
And well, the story is told from three perspectives: the main character, his ex-girlfriend, he's his best friend, um, and the superhero woman, Laura. And one of the things that I really go into is this guy. His name is Spencer Ing.
Mm-hmm.
He's Vietnamese, and is his bipolar disorder. Like that is a huge part of the book, like how he's recovering from it, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and how the impact it had on his relationship with his ex-girlfriend. And I'm really proud of that stuff, and I wish more people would read it.
It sounds like it could be very relatable for a lot of people, though.
I would think so. Oh, there is violence. I forgot. There's like a kind of a subplot involving giant robots, and I had to create the giant robots because I needed something for her to fight in the beginning of the book.
I see.
So I just invented giant robots, and then I'm just like, what about where did the giant robots come from? I will make that my plot. And as I figure it out, the audience will figure it out.
Is it more like a subplot?
Yeah, it became a subplot.
I read a comic yesterday that I picked up yesterday of it was like a issue 1 of a new series that was just released by IDW called Crashing, which was about a doctor who is treating powered people.
Hmm.
And she's a recovering drug addict. And uh, I'm like, I don't know if this is really what I want to continue. And then like it ended on a cliffhanger. I was like, oh, fine, fine. I will see what happens next. So then, what are the next 4 issues? Oh no.
So is the Kelly Thompson issues of Deadpool collected?
I think so. Because
No.
that was a while ago. They haven't released any new Deadpool for a while. I think there is a new series that is starting soon, which I have pre-ordered because I can't remember who's writing it, but I'm pretty sure there was a reason why I thought, oh, I'll pick that one up too. Unless I'm thinking of the new Guardians of the Galaxy that's going out. I don't remember.
When I was a kid, Guardians of the Galaxy was completely different, just completely unrecognizable.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had a person from every planet in the solar system.
Wow.
So their bodies, they used to be human, but their bodies adapted in weird ways. So there's like a really short, squat, powerful guy. There's guys who can float on air. Yondo was in it. Yondo played
Mm-hmm.
a noble, nothing like he was in the movies. So yeah, so when the Guardians came out, I was just like, who the fuck are these people?
You hadn't seen this version of them.
Yeah. Which was fine with me because the old Guardians of the Galaxy was lame.
Mm.
It was lame. So I'm glad that they went with this version.
Well, next year they are releasing an omnibus hardcover of Brian Michael Bendis's run, and I've read all of that. I borrowed it from the library to read it, so I don't have a copy of it. So I thought I'll pre-order that one. Because he is one of my favorite comic book writers.
Yeah, he's good.
Which is why I also picked up the omnibus of Alias as well.
Yeah, I mean, not as much anymore. And I don't know if he's still working for DC, but I
I
don't
don't think he is, because I have been collecting his 3rd volume of Pearl, and that's being released by Dark Horse. And I think DC originally published the first 2 volumes of Pearl, but that is now available through Dark Horse, I think.
know. His output in the 2000s was so ridiculous. And he was writing most of Marvel Comics.
I know. I've read so much of his stuff.
Because in the 2000s, Marvel didn't have many comics out because they were bankrupt. But he was writing half the books, and then he did Avengers Disassembled, and
New Avengers and Mighty Avengers.
New Avengers, Mighty Avengers, Dark Avengers. He was just doing all of them.
Secret Invasion.
Yeah, he didn't just do Secret Invasion. He did most of the crossovers.
Yes, he did. He did a lot of them.
I think there
I've
was
read
a
a
point.
bunch of I don't know if I've read all of them, but I've read a lot of them.
There was a point when I did have Bendis fatigue. I was just like, another Bendis book? Jesus Christ. Oh, and he was doing the Ultimates. Don't forget the Ultimates.
Oh, that's right. I have, it's funny. I picked up an Ultimate Spider-Man years and years ago before I started like really um, buying comics regularly. Because I bought it back when I lived in Australia, and I still haven't read it. But well, after I went through my like reading tons and tons of comics stage, I looked at the author of it. I was like, oh man, this is Brian Michael Bendis as well.
Yeah.
I just laughed.
Well, I mean, I'm going to say that Bendis was a pretty good writer. I think some of his dialogue was a little too much. Like the ping pong dialogue was just too much. It doesn't work in a comic book. It works on TV, but not in a comic book. Um, but aside from that, I think that Brian Bendis was a great writer. He was a great plotter. He did great things with old heroes and villains that people had forgotten about. And his Ultimate Spider-Man sucked so bad. I hated it. I read the whole thing. I hated it so much. It was
Isn't
terrible.
that where he introduced Miles Morales though?
Yeah, well, that's when it got good. The Peter Parker stuff was awful.
I don't know what version I have. I think I have a Peter Parker version. So I'll have to see.
Yeah, it was actually hilarious because Peter Parker died very publicly as Spider-Man.
Mm.
So everybody knew who he was. And then when Miles Morales got his power, he realized he was like Spider-Man, so he got a Spider-Man suit and started fighting crime. And everybody was like, "That's in bad taste, man." Even the people he was beating up, it's like that. Just no.
Mm. I'm gonna move this a little bit this way.
Come on, cat, get bored, please. Go take a nap. I would like to finish my picture. I've only got 57 minutes, 56 minutes.
That's okay. I might finish after this bag, even though
Okay.
the next bag's not that big, but then I can also have time to make lunch.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could work on my art because what I was working on looked good.
But you
But
can't because of the cat. That's what cats are for, Jeremiah. They're
he's
there to get in your way.
right. He's 10 pounds. I don't have to put up with this shit.
This is why I don't have pets.
Uh,
I'm sure they would knock off all my Lego anyway.
yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, no, smashing.
Remember the New York set I bought in San Francisco? He knocked it off of my dresser. So the pieces, I'm still finding pieces.
Wow.
You know,
Yep. That's why I don't have pets.
that's why
Actually, it used to be because I didn't want to have to, like, because I used to travel a lot. And so I didn't want to have to worry about who was going to look after the pet when I was traveling. Now, obviously, I haven't traveled anywhere for quite a while, so that wouldn't be a thing, but still. There are a pair of pants in this thing, but there's no person.
maybe it's the Invisible Man.
Maybe. Just have pants. It's probably a statue or something, except, I don't know. Who knows? There is a skull. Oh, you can't even see that. Yeah.
It's really cute.
But the other skeleton, there's no other skeleton pieces in there, so
Uh,
we will see how it all fits together.
they will be in another bag. Don't panic.
No, it won't. I have another part where a skull was used and not other pieces, so it might be like that.
Oh. Maybe there's a pole that you put it on and put it in front of the house.
Probably something like that. Because we're doing the entrance roof stuff. I need to make sure I'm not missing any pieces. Okay, I think I have everything. The last bag was just like slipping down the wall and it was making a funny noise.
Mm. I can't believe my cat just sabotaged me. I was on a roll too.
Cats just love attention.
I know.
When you're not paying attention to them, that's where all the trouble is.
My sister posted a picture of her cat biting her toy Dalek, and I
And that's how
commented,
you kill Daleks.
"Yes, you bite him." And I just posted a comment that says, "One is a greedy, bloodthirsty monster who wants to conquer the other universe, and the other one is a Dalek."
That sounds accurate.
Yeah.
I still need to watch the latest season of Doctor Who.
Oh yeah. You know, I've come to the conclusion, and I really hate that I'm saying this, but I came to the conclusion that I don't really like the Jodie Whittaker era. I like her as the Doctor. I actually really liked all of the companions. I liked some of the episodes, but I think the era in general was really weak, all 3 years. And I don't ever want to go online and say that because that means people are going to be like, "Oh, you're
you're
wrong."
you're online and saying that right now. But no, hardly anyone is going to watch this. You still there? Oh, look, Andrew's watching. Hi, Andrew. I think Jeremiah's frozen. I don't know why. Why are you awake, Andrew? Just stop it in for a moment. I see.
I'm going to get.
I briefly heard Jeremiah for like a second. I don't know. Hopefully he'll start working again at some point. Hopefully it's not just me. To turn him back on. Jeremiah's frozen because he doesn't like the Lady Doctor Who. Maybe. Sorry, Jeremiah. Are you working again? No, he's still frozen. We might have to finish this without him. Okay, let's see. Are you working again?
I hope so.
my friend Andrew commented he's watching at the moment. He commented that you froze because you don't like the Lady Doctor Who. The internet does not want you to talk about it.
No kidding.
We can talk about it off off stream sometime, maybe. We have had some interesting, weird things like that. I feel like sometimes it's seemed like someone is watching and and we can hear something in the call or whatever. What Andrew says, rest in peace, Jeremiah F. to pay respects.
I don't know what F means.
F usually, to me, F means the F word. But I don't know if that's what he actually meant. This is a funny looking section because it looks like it's going to turn into like a swan or a bird kind of thing, but it's not actually. That's... And I'll show you in a second. It looks kind of like a bird.
Like a camel.
But it's only briefly going to be like that.
Oh, F to pay respects, or just F in the chat, is for when someone dies in a game. Comes from Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Okay, I've never played that, so that would be why. I don't know. And then he says he has to go have a fun build. That's fine. Andrew's in Perth, Australia. So right now it is. What time are you? It's 2:13 there, right? So that means it's 2:13 a.m. where he is. Yeah, exactly.
It was nice of him to drop in.
Yep. He's I think my one viewer who actually watches the streams after they've gone live or after they're finished. So I appreciate that. I have known him many, many years since I lived in Australia. But one of the things about the pandemic for me has been actually reconnecting to people, at least by voice, that I haven't seen in years.
Yeah, yeah.
How interesting. I wonder if that hole is there for a reason or if it's just how they have a 5-piece thing. My coffee's gotten a bit cold.
So ever since living with Nicole, I drink cold coffee now.
Intentionally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because whenever I make a pot of coffee, she turns it off like first thing, and she wants to drink it cold. And so I started drinking it cold because she did, and now that's how I drink coffee.
Well, there you go. I only have one kind of coffee that I drink. I shared it with you one time, right? The ginseng coffee.
Yeah, you did. That was weird. I liked it though.
It's the only kind I can drink. Most coffee just tastes revolting to me. And I first tried it in Indonesia on a birthday trip to Bali. So I'm just lucky that there's a place that I can buy it from here.
Yeah, no kidding. That because that's kind of a niche thing.
They actually have a couple of different brands and they do taste different. And so if I have to switch from one to the other, sometimes because they're out, then it takes me a little while to get used to the other brand. Is the cat letting you draw now?
I kind of well, no. I'm working around the cat,
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
which is something you learn how to do when you have cats.
Because otherwise, you'd never get anything done.
Exactly.
That's how I feel like having kids.
Yeah.
I feel like half the time I'm just waiting for my kids to be ready to do something with me, and I'm just like waiting around, and then they're like, "Oh, sorry, I got distracted," and then like they give up on actually wanting to do the thing, and I was like, "Oh, man, I have been procrastinating on just like scrolling on social media, waiting for you all this time, and I could have been doing something way more productive than this."
Yeah.
So, but maybe that's why I've ended up reading more this year than what I would have done previously because,
Because you don't want to waste time scrolling on social media.
well, just reading is something I can do in those
Yeah.
waiting periods sometimes.
I was reading this series of romance novels, and I'm not sure why I picked up book two. Um, but it was just I thought it was going to be a romance novel, and it turned out that it was a romance novel, but it was like a romance thriller or something. And you find out that this poor girl whose parents died when she was a little kid, and she got sent around to foster home to foster home. And then the last one she was in was really abusive, and she's in witness protection. And there's a vigilante in New York City who's fighting crime, and there's mobsters.
Wow.
Yeah, it got a little out of control.
I wonder if it's going to keep me on this view or if I'm going to turn it around again. Oh, wait. Great. Now I get to do the first roof section.
Well, and now he's moved on top of my notebook.
You really can't draw then.
No, you got me.
This part might be better to switch my camera view, which is here. Can we see that better?
Oh yeah, yeah, that makes a difference.
Let me see. There we go. You can see this part here. That's the part that I'm working on right now. That's why I plugged a different camera into this particular device this time. And I'm using just my webcam from my regular computer for my face. Last stream, I had to really like rearrange where the camera was right in the middle of the stream, and it was not the most convenient. So I tried to set it up better this time. I'm not a pro by any means, but still want to have it looking somewhat good. Anyone who does happen to watch at some point.
Are there Lego pros?
No, I mean in terms of the cameras and
Oh,
everything.
I thought you were talking about being a Lego pro.
No, I'm just talking about the equipment that I use. Oh, wait, what did I? Oh, I had 2 of those. I didn't need those. Okay, let's see. The real professionals probably have someone actually controlling the camera devices for the
Yeah.
people that are doing it rather than the person who's streaming having to do it themselves.
Ah, keep breaking my points. Why? Because I figured out how to work around my cat again.
That's what you got to do.
Oh, I'm just moving it around. He's chasing me around. I'm moving it around.
It's like, what are you doing, Jeremiah? Pay attention to me. These angular roofs like this are a little bit challenging to actually attach sometimes. I know I had difficulty when I was doing it for the Elf Clubhouse, which you can, I don't know, you might be able to see behind me. I don't know. I can't see very well. So this attached here. Interesting. Ooh, put that down. Okay, now we gotta switch back to the other view again. Because this is going here somehow. I have to hope that I can line it up good. Oh man, it's tricky. Press down. Okay. Almost. Maybe. That one is. It's hard to do with long nails. Let's smash you. I feel like I need brick thing to push it down. Maybe I'll just fix that part later. Ah. Ooh. Oh, maybe that's why. It's being weird. Ah! Okay. There, that works. Do it that way. Do it back to front way. Notifications.
Yeah. My family has a chat on Facebook Messenger. So
That's what it sounds like.
well, that's what it sounds like when I get a Facebook message at all.
No, there was another like ching kind of noise as well. Not just the
Yeah,
Facebook
I have
Messenger
my
one.
iPad and my phone with me.
Oh, so they have two different noises?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, this is getting tall. It's almost not in the shot anymore.
Are you coming or going? Ah. Like he walks away. I'm just like, all right, I could put my sketch pad down and start drawing again. And then he comes back.
Sorry. You never know. He has a mind of his own.
Do you remember how I used to? Okay, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm frozen again.
Oh, well, I can hear you at least.
So, I mean, do you remember how I used to draw pictures of things that I was writing so I'd have a better idea?
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do that for so long. Like, I just haven't done it in so long.
Mm.
So, I feel really good. So, I did. See the here, I did more work.
Oh, hang on. Let me
Ready to move it.
back to that.
You can see it. But yeah, I did the superhero too.
Nice.
Because then this is the superhero and her secret identity from the book I was telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels really good that I can see them, even if they are like not great cartoons.
It's always good to have some kind of visual.
Yeah.
I've been thinking that that's something I want to do for my characters as well, but And then we'll see. Oh, it looks like eyes.
No, it does.
This is just the chimney stack there.
Mm.
Let's see if it still looks like eyes after I put these parts in.
Looks like binoculars.
Yep, there you go. Ooh. Okay, I think I'm on the last 2 pages. I should have been reading out all of these little text bits that it explains what these pieces are, or that I'm making are.
Mm.
I haven't been doing that. Here's the part with the skull. Oh,
Yeah.
it's going to be in a green glass
Oh, cool.
container thing. Creepy. Let's have it facing the right way. Okay, for this part it says that as von Baron reached out for the golden dingus, I should have been reading the story all along. The Yeti suddenly appeared and ate his left hand. Luckily, he already had a hook for a left hand, so he simply replaced it with another. There you go. That's the story with that. But then with the other part, what does it say? Oh, that's what the golden dingus is. That's what this thing is that I just built. The skull thing, it says the Orb of Ogle, a prototype for the mind control superweapon used by the evil Ogle Empire. Von Baron always kept one handy for a rainy day. Is that in the right place? Wait, let's do this one first. Oops, nope. Oopsies. Okay, there we go. Last section, I think.
So you are going to finish it.
Huh?
So you are going to finish it.
Of this section.
Oh, just this section.
not the not the whole set.
Okay.
No, I have a lot more pieces to build. Okay, so right now I'm building a box of junk. This is where the pants go. They go in the box of junk. And it says, a heavy, dusty box of junk. A faded sticker reads, I love trash. What? I did have it in the right place before and I moved it. Jeez, never mind. I can rearrange that later. All right. spider web here. And there we go. That's it for that bag. I'm up to bag 11 now, which means 8 more sections of bags to go.
That's insane.
That's what happens when you buy the big sets. They take forever to build.
Yeah. Oh, my Lego buying days are over.
Yep.
But that's cool. I mean, you got a lot of stuff done today.
I did. That's what it looks like from the front now. So we'll see what happens next. I think the next section, let's see, looks like what I'll be. I don't know what's next. Oh, I think the next section is building up a second layer on here. That's what it looks like. But yeah, anyway, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, I had fun.
Lego screen off.
I wish my fucking cat wasn't here, but I had fun.
Yeah, well, you're welcome to join another time.
Okay, just let me know when they are, and we'll see about it.
Yeah.
But this is very productive. I did 2 great sketches, so I'm excited.
Great. Yeah, I love it when my guests have something that they can do for themselves as well. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with people joining me when they just want to talk. That's also cool. But it seems like sometimes it's easier when people have things to do as well that they want to get done, creative things.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to watch a live stream unless you're doing something. So.
Yes, it can be. I don't watch very many live streams. I have a friend that does some conversation stuff that he then turns into a podcast, but I don't think there's any other ones that I watch. My son watches a lot of live streams though. He has one live streamer that he really likes. So that's what he's planning on doing this afternoon, is watching this one live streamer that he watches all the time. So I should probably make some lunch for him to eat before that starts.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you. I had fun.
Yep. Thank you. And if anyone is watching later on, it doesn't seem like anyone's watching now, but if anyone's watching later on, if they want to be notified when these streams go live, they need to subscribe to me on YouTube and then hit the bell notification so that they get notified when they're live.
Notification doesn't work for me.
Really?
I'm notified, yeah.
You've tried? I get notifications on my phone.
I get nothing.
And most of the time I don't actually watch anything that I'm notified for, but I do get the notifications on my phone. I think they come, I don't get notifications on my computer unless I'm logged into YouTube, and then I see there's notifications. I have to click on the notification button, but I get push notifications on my phone. So.
All right, I'll connect, get ready for my 3 o'clock appointment.
All right. Thanks again. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. How do I get out of here?